So I'm in Cincinnati, and this morning Nick Vest made a pair of reeds from Sardinian oat straw. He made 3 yokes, and this is the first one that we've snipped and wound a little bit of masking tape around. Masking tape works quite nicely because it sticks to straw. Straw is quite slippy, and so to avoid super glue mess, a little bit of masking tape, and then I've added just a little bit of waxed thread. This in fact is cotton thread, but you can use polyester. So a little bit of masking tape, and then some thread, and popping those in. And these Louvre straw reeds are interesting. I'm enjoying them. I have all the bass holes covered, so this in fact is using earplugs. So these are 2 earplugs on the low pipe and 4 earplugs on the high pipe in order to get the bass notes sounding. And this is a little tuning test that I've developed over the last few weeks for Louvre reeds. If you want to know, are my Louvre reeds in tune? And so this is what I'm looking for in a pair of Louvre reeds. Now, first thing to notice is that is giving me the second register. And very often people think, "Ooh, I don't want that." No, the second register sound. Enjoy it, let it sing, because it has a very important musical function. In other words, it's the next note in the scale. So when you have all your bass notes closed, you can literally, you've got an extra note. Now, I'm not used to these holes because Robin Howell made this instrument not like the original. He offset the holes, and I'm used to having the holes in line. I would never do that again. If you're making a Louvre aulos, then this is something that happens in the Meg era, but you just don't need it on the Louvre high pipe. So please don't do that. So it's strange for me to be playing an unusual instrument. So I have to work a little bit hard to learn where those holes are. It also, the problem with doing something like that is it's been done, this is a high pipe, and I would much rather be playing the high pipe in my right hand, but you can't possibly play this in the right hand because it has been fixed ergonomically for the left hand. So there we go, here we have my holes on that, and allowing for that second register note to extend my scale by 1 tone. Of course, and now the top note has disappeared. But with little practice, these reeds have had precisely 2 minutes of playing. Okay, so I don't know them yet, but I like the fact that I could have that second register note. Now, what am I looking for in a pair of Louvre reeds in the low register? Well, first of all, the octave. I want that index finger on the high pipe, no, on the low pipe. That should produce an octave. So I'm going cut, cut, open, strike, strike, close. And the advantage of doing cuts and strikes is that I'm not fooling myself that it's in tune by manipulating either with my diaphragm, my support, blowing harder to blow it into tune, or pulling my arm in and out, or changing my compression. Okay? A cut enables you to really know that the instrument is in tune. So it's the ring finger on the high pipe and the index finger on the low pipe. And I begin with the low pipe and then echo it on the high pipe. Now I'm getting those squeaks because I'm not sealing this index finger hole. Okay, I'm really finding this quite uncomfortable. I'm having to press hard. But there we go. You need to learn where the holes are, and my Louvre is completely different to this Louvre. Then, having tested the octaves, I'm now going to switch to the fifths. Should I say the fourth, okay? So if that bottom note is rubaté, then that would be messy. Okay, it's a fourth above your double bombic note, the drone. And I finish off the tuning exercise with a tongue. First of all on one reed, da 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 da, and then on both reeds. Okay, so it's one tongue. So my tongue is going to go da da da. So my tongue shifts over to the high pipe reed, da 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 da, and that's a really important part of the tuning test because I don't want my reeds to be one further in than the other. Okay? So this tuning test has two parts. First of all, the octave, and I'll do the low pipe index and the high pipe ring, and then I'll do the fourth, which will be the low pipe little finger and the high pipe index finger, and then thirdly and crucially the tongue test with da 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 da. And that three-part tuning test, if all three parts go well, I know that these Louvre reeds are in tune. Let's do the whole thing. If your reeds do that, you're in business. Okay? That's what I believe all Louvre reeds should do. And if they don't, then you've got to work. You've got to tune them. Because only when your reeds behave in that way can you then really sort of work up and down the instrument and enjoy its full potential. So there we go. The Louvre tuning test using two straw reeds that were made just a couple of hours ago, literally snipped 1 hour ago, soaked and formed at about 11 o'clock this morning, and they've had a sum total of 5 minutes playing, and I could play those for 2 hours, no problem. They're nice, easy, very instantly playable reeds.